We are back here at Webster University in Geneva, and after William, we are now with Mark. Hello Mark, how are you today?
Nice to meet you. Very well, thank you. Welcome to Webster University in Geneva.
My pleasure. Before I had William with us, and William was explaining me a little bit the history of Webster University. Very interesting, and the number of international students study here. So you have students coming from all around the world, from how many countries, to have an idea?
I believe currently we have about 90 different nationalities at the moment.
90 different How you manage this? I mean, 90 different nationalities is a lot. I mean, different culture, different religion, different food as well.
We have great staff, very professional staff. We have great facilities, which I'm sure you'll see if you visit our videos and our website. And we're very used to having all of these different cultural backgrounds joining us, these different religions on our campus. We have a lot of history.
So you work with agents, Mark. What is your role exactly? Can you maybe explain this to our audience of agents today?
Of course, yeah. So I'm the Associate Director of Admissions and Student Enrollment in Webster University in Geneva. I'm responsible a large part for reviewing the folders, managing the admissions and student enrollment elements of Webster University Geneva, and I'm also in charge of agency relationships, third-party relationships, with the intention of trying to recruit students from and with the assistance of high-caliber, high-quality agencies around the world.
As you know, we have our own portal with around 3,600 agents from all 125 countries today, and this was a big work made in the last 33 years. And for me, it's important, like for you, is that these agents who are enrolling students for university, boarding school, these are qualified agents. And what we do is we always ask for about 2-3 reference of other universities working together, if it's related to the university, or to boarding school, if it's related to boarding school. How did you are dealing with this? How do you deal with the agents? How did you find an agent who is qualified?
So first of all, working with WEBA helps as well. We also have a long history working with high caliber, high quality agencies. As you said, we select the agencies, so we don't work with everybody. We also ask what their track record is. It's very important as well that the agency has done their homework on the university, so that when we enter into communication for the first time, then we can see that it's a good fit from the start.
Webster has different faculties. Can you tell me a little bit about the faculties?
Yes, very much so. So we have our own business school, a very successful business school within the university, but in addition to that, we have an increasingly popular psychology department. We have computer science, we have international relations, we have media communications at master's level. We have counselling, which is a hugely successful program, maybe as a result of COVID and the mental health issues that we're discussing at the moment. And we also have, as core of the bachelor program, we have global citizenship, which is a very important element of all of our bachelor programs, which encompasses liberal arts, so the US liberal arts system.
Webster University here in Geneva is one of the only accredited university in Switzerland. And this is an added value of my WEBA workshop on the road here in Switzerland today. I mean, and agents have to look into this. You agree with me? They have to look into working with accredited university, not only for the agents themselves, but for the students and for the parents.
Very much so.
So, Webster University is an accredited university since many years now. I know now that when you're looking to work with agents, you are offering as well a training session to the agents, and you explain to them all these details that the Webster University is an accredited university, and you have the right and the title to name your university, which other business school doesn't have the right here in Switzerland, at least. I'm correct on this?
That's right. Currently there are various different Swiss laws and the new Swiss accreditation actually that is taking place at the moment. There are a large number of the private and the public universities who are going through this system. At the moment, as it stands, yes, we are Webster University in Geneva. Assuming we get the institutional accreditation, then yes, we'll continue being called Webster University, and we'll be allowed to send our students to the various different public universities. So just on that point, it's very good that you mentioned that, because there are two differences, and I will mention this when I train any of the agencies who decide to work with us. We have a one-on-one Zoom conference where I train the head person and all of the team to try to elaborate and, I would say, not educate but inform the differences of institutional accreditation and programmatic. So there are many private institutes in Switzerland, business schools, private universities that have program accreditation for the particular programs, but you need institutional accreditation, and that is not a common thing to be aware of, and that's why I try to inform the agencies, because that gives value to the degrees and the credits. One example would be we're the only private university, including the business schools, in the Geneva region and in Western Switzerland that allows all of our students to transfer credits, or if they finish their degree, to apply to the public universities. And that is unique to private universities like ourselves who hold the title of having institutional accreditation, which we also have from HLC, which is in the United States.
I have a very interesting question that came just in my mind at the moment. So if a student is doing the bachelor at Webster University here in Geneva, and maybe they want to do a master program at the public university of Zurich, for example, is this possible?
Again, so thanks to the institutional accreditation that we have, so HLC, then yes. Again, I can't comment on the admissions procedure at the public universities because they're in procedure, but in terms of eligibility based on the recognition of our degrees, yes, 100%. We have a track record of sending students who have finished our bachelor's degrees to University of Geneva. We've sent students to LSE in London, to King's, to NYU for their master programs. We have an excellent track record as a result of the institutional accreditation that we have. So I really ask the agencies, if they are eligible to work with us, that they do their homework to make sure that we are a good fit for them and they're a good fit for us.
I had a case study which I did 3 years ago that I noted that many agents have students who start on the first year in the home country, do the bachelor. Can they move only for the second year at Webster University here in Geneva? And if yes, can we go into the commission site as well and explain me if they are entitled to get the commission for the second year forward?
Okay, so firstly you mentioned transfers.
Yes.
We have a team here who manage transfers. Being Webster University Geneva, we have a campus here. We also have many campuses around the world. It's a big network. So if you have a look on our website, you can find a lot more information about the various different campuses we have everywhere. As I said, in terms of the transfers, very much so, as long as they're coming from an accredited university. So we have students who we have to reject, unfortunately, because they're applying to us in their second year. It was very common. Even recently, they applied to another institute or business school in their first year. They realized it wasn't for them, or some of the agencies missold or miscommunicated or misinformed the students and their parents, and the students turned up into a different university or business school and they were not happy. They tried to transfer to us, and we're only able to accept the students if they're coming from an eligible university, and we would review the credits. We would try to accept all of the credits that have been done on a similar program. We have a team in St. Louis who manages all of that, and that's reviewed before they even step foot on our campus. In terms of the commission, very much so. So we've reviewed all of the contracts since I started recently. All of the commission has been improved, it's been increased, the payment conditions have been improved, and we pay on the first year. Yes. And that would also be the case if somebody starts in the second year. Okay. We would pay full commission as if they were starting in the first year. That's for bachelors and for masters. Okay,
so as well for masters. So very important as well. If you have a student only do the master program, they will receive the commission. I have a question. What is the entry requirement at Webster University here in Geneva?
Okay, so for the bachelor's, the entry requirement will be completion of a high school from an accredited university. We ask for a minimum 2.5 out of 4 GPA. Yes. On the typical American system. We also have a scholars track program, which could be very interesting for students who have a minimum 3.5 out of 4, and that also applies to agencies. So we have students who, if they've done very well in their IB, if they've done very well in the A-levels, high school diploma, or even the international systems. As I said, we work with 90 different nationalities, so we have experience working with agencies all around the world with students coming from all the different high school systems around the world. And in terms of the admissions, we ask for English exam requirements as well. We work with IELTS, we work with TOEFL, we work with Pearson, we work with Duolingo as well, which is very important.
Yes. I agree with you. Duolingo now is very much requested from many agents. Let's go back to the housing. Let's move forward to the housing. I saw that you have a fantastic accommodation system here at Webster. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
With pleasure. We're very lucky. We're actually sitting in part of the building where the housing is just above us. So we have 2 entire floors of studio housing dedicated to our students, and we can guarantee housing. It's a first come first served basis, but we have approximately 50 to 60 studios and double suites above us, and that is dedicated to freshmen. As I said, it's first come first served. We also have alternative housing in town. Currently we have 3 floors of a building overlooking the lake. So yes, we're very, very lucky, because I know that many universities around the world, public universities, private universities, they have to commute into the university, and our students, I think they're about 90 seconds from their bed to the classroom. So that's
so this is
it's a luxury.
It's a very good selling point.
Yes.
So if you have students who are a little bit too much spoiled, this is the best place to go. I mean,
we have some demanding families, some demanding students. They like to, the parents themselves, they like to know that the students, maybe they're coming from boarding schools. We recruit enormously from all of the boarding schools in Switzerland. And it's very nice for the parents to know that they're still taken care of in this sort of boarding school environment, but at university level.
Because I presume you're getting many students who are from IB school here in Switzerland or from around the world. So as we know, the private IB school here in Switzerland, they are very well spoiled. So if they come here, there will be a big advantage to continue the study.
We like to think so.
Yes, I presume. Final question about the sport activity. I saw there's a golf center close to here.
So we have the Country Club, which is just down the road. I'm actually eating there with the managing director tomorrow afternoon. We collaborate with them, so we have many of our students who also have a Country Club membership.
Yeah.
Downstairs as well, we have a beautiful fitness center. You'll probably see it on our video. We have a stunning fitness center. It was recently renovated. And that's a must for a big university like ours, especially with this American vibe in the heart and safety of Switzerland. We have a large number of our students coming from our other campuses, from the study abroad system, where we have students from our own campuses, as I said, and from the US. They expect these facilities. They expect these top class facilities.
Final questions. Why an agent should choose to work with Webster University here in Geneva? What is the main point?
Okay, I could probably speak for hours on this, but definitely the accreditations, that would be right up there at the top of the list, because we're the only private university in the entire Geneva and Western Swiss region where our credits and our degrees are recognized on the public university level and elsewhere by employers. The housing, the service, the classrooms. So there are many universities and business schools who say, yes, we have small classrooms. You may see, if you've been to our classrooms or you've visited or you've had a campus tour, we have on average 14 students in a class. That's very different to public universities where you have 200 to 300 in amphitheatres. And that's why the students, obviously the tuition fee is much higher, but you get this personalised service where the staff members outside the classroom, we have a very high staff to student ratio, where we have all of these different activities. We have staff, we have groundsmen. All of these provide for a great student experience.
And I would like to add something more. Mark is very supportive, and his team speak different language.
Yes.
I met some of your team that speak Russia, some other people speak Chinese.
Exactly.
So you have a great support for the agent. This is fundamental. I mean, today, and you know what, they are very fast. They're very fast in replying. This is very important for the agent, it's very important for the students, it's very important for the parents. So this is the new way of business to cooperate together. So I think, Mark, you have a great staff. You are doing an excellent work at the moment, and I'm sure that you will be very, very successful. Thank you very much for the interview. It was my pleasure to be here at Webster University in Geneva. And I wish you all the best and good business. I'm looking forward to welcome you, like I said to William before, in my site, in my area, in the Italian part of Switzerland for a lovely dinner.
With pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's very kind.